guys, it's Lindsay
And Vicky.
and Vicky. And I don't know why I always have to say your name after you say it.
Oh, I don't
Like,
know.
it's Lindsay, and then I let you say it, and then I'm like, and Vicky, and I have to repeat. Just in case your video doesn't come through or something.
Right.
Well, today we are talking about what we're snacking on during this quarantine shut-in social distancing party time vacation.
Yes.
So,
Oh my goodness.
and I know that that's not the case for everyone, so I'm not trying to downplay what's going on in the world, but in my little reality bubble where I am right now, there's not much trauma. It's more of just like, what am I doing with myself? And boredom is hitting more than anything. So when you're bored, you eat.
But I have to say that during this whole quarantine thing, I've been eating way healthier than I've ever eaten in my life.
Well,
because most of the time I'm not hungry for anything, but I know I probably should eat something. But then I don't want to eat like all this other snacky stuff that I usually eat. You know, like if you go and you grab like a bag of goldfish, you know, things like that. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. You know, I just finally just got myself to eat healthy. So
yeah,
you know,
that was actually something that I remember when I was nannying. I read this article about like moms trying to lose weight, and one of the things is they said stay away from the goldfish, because every time you feed your child goldfish and you want to take a handful of goldfish and eat it, like they have so many calories that are unnecessary that if you're trying to lose weight, that's like doing the opposite because you're just eating junk.
Well, you have to really be careful with like the snacks that come in quantity, because those snacks are meant for you to not stop eating them.
Yeah.
You know, gummies, gushers.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other adult ones. Cereal sometimes can get you to constantly keep eating.
That's what
I know, but then you have to do it in moderation. My big pet, my addiction right now is peanut butter. So I have to put it in this little tiny container, because if not, I'm going to go and eat the container, the whole jar. It's just how it is. So you have to be very careful, especially even with peanut butter, because it's like if you have a small like jar, you're like, I'll just keep eating.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
wait, I'm going to I'll be right back.
Okay. So snacks are a big thing in this whole time, because you have to be careful what you're eating too, because you don't want to keep on gorging yourself and then be like, then I feel miserable about myself, you know?
So I made these yesterday and they're actually really good. I didn't even use like all of the ingredients, but they're peanut butter granola balls.
Oh my gosh.
And I covered them in powdered sugar, and so I put mini chocolate chips. There's peanut butter. You can add honey, but I didn't have any honey. I was really bummed out. So then I thought, I could use jelly, but I was a little weirded out. Like, I didn't know what would happen with the jelly because I like to freeze these. And then so you roll oatmeal, and I put some pistachios in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I crushed up, like, you could use Rice Krispie treats, but you can crush up a rice cake too. And then you mix it all together, and I put some organic cocoa powder, and then I roll it in powdered sugar. But I'll bite it.
Oh wow.
It's just like a little snack ball.
That's awesome. That looks really good. When you first showed it to me, it looked like a small like donut.
It looks
like a donut. I'm like, oh, that's a munchkin.
Like I was making like little donuts, but the peanut butter was chunky too.
Okay.
You get peanuts in there, and they're so good. So when you
so cool.
You said peanut butter, I was like, oh, I remembered I had those in my freezer.
It's true. Like peanut butter for me, is an addiction, but I've been monitoring how much I eat now. So that was one of the snacks I brought to show what I've been eating.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to use a little tiny dish. So I would have brought my ice cream, but I'm a big
Oh yeah, I love it.
that's an after dinner thing for me. But I also have to put it in a dish, or I would eat the whole gallon. It's
Yeah.
just I am an ice cream fiend, especially when you're sitting at home watching TV, and then
Yeah.
you have a whole thing of ice cream in front of you, and you don't really remember how much you ate. Like, and you
No,
look it down,
it's
like I
so
ate a half a
good.
gallon.
And then like for me, I always get cold. So I'm eating the ice cream and then like 10 minutes later I'm just eating ice cream and I'm just like, why am I so cold? And I just keep eating it though. 'Cause it's so good.
Yes,
Yeah.
I eat ice cream with a blanket wrapped around me.
Yeah. And it's like, what are we doing? Yeah.
Oh
I
my
bought
god.
I bought an ice cream cake the other day because well, it was my birthday this weekend and
Oh, I
I
didn't know that.
saw it at the store and then I was well, Josh wasn't there, but when I came home, I was like, guess what you got me for my birthday? Ice cream cake. And then it was a little one. So I was like, oh, well, let's just do quarters. And I cut it into a quarter.
Right.
I was so full. Like I couldn't even finish the quarter. I needed just half of it because it's 2 layers of ice
Yes.
cream. But for some reason, I must have been snacking a lot that day because I couldn't eat it.
Oh
And we
man.
did just eat dinner. And then, yeah, but
Yeah.
I was feeling sick. Well, one of I have like weird snacks. I don't know. We like rice cakes. And
Mhm.
so sometimes we'll put like peanut butter on them
Mhm.
or honey and jelly. Like, I don't know, we do weird things. But I also like to dip them in chocolate. Like, I have that chocolate melter.
Oh
So
yeah.
I dip them in the chocolate and then I let it dry in the fridge and then I dip the other side. So then when you're eating it, it's like a chocolate rice cake, which
That's
I
cool.
think the whole point of a rice cake is to like not gain a lot of calories while you're eating it because it's just puffed rice.
Mhm.
I'm not really worried about my weight, so I add chocolate to everything. Like, I
That
like,
makes sense. I like it with jelly. I think when I eat rice cakes, I'll do peanut butter and
yeah,
jelly. But I
yeah,
like to dip it. I don't want to put it on top. I just want to dip it in and
uh,
and eat
yeah,
it.
they're so good.
Yeah, but I've been actually very good with eating vegetables and fruits now. Been trying. I cook broccoli because I have only select few vegetables I like to eat, but broccoli is one of them. So then I'll cook them, and I'll eat like a bowl full of broccoli sometimes for a snack, which is weird.
That's so
But
good for you.
right, it is true, but it's just like then I'm like, okay, well I need to make this like sometimes like when I feel like it's just too bland, then I'll like dip it in some like you know dressing or something, something to make it taste
Well,
worthy.
if you like steamed broccoli, then you could put cheese over top and then you could bake it and
Huh,
melt the cheese on the broccoli and add like you could add a little salt or butter or whatever and then eat it.
that would be good.
Yeah. I love broccoli too. I bought that at the store the other day.
Yeah, broccoli's a big thing.
And it's a
Um,
cancer fighter because it's a green vegetable.
that is very true. That
Yeah.
is very true. That's most of the vegetables I eat. Oh, no, there's cauliflower, but like most of the vegetables that I eat are green. Like
That's good.
I can't do peas though. Peas and carrots, they're just I don't know. I can do cold carrots, but if you try to cook the damn things, it's not gonna work for me.
I love steamed carrots. I like peas too. Josh does not like peas, so we
I
don't
mixed
have them
vegetables.
here.
Ugh.
When I was a baby, I remember my mom used to give me frozen peas and I
Huh?
would snack on them. They were so good. Like I don't think I could do that now. Maybe I could. I don't know. I don't buy frozen vegetables anymore. I buy fresh and then I freeze it if I need it to. But
That makes sense.
yeah, I don't
Oh
know.
my goodness. Well, again, my other snack that I brought of choice, of course, is apples.
Oh,
Um,
apple.
I stuck, dip it into my peanut butter because it's really
Yeah,
good that way.
that's good.
And you know, oh, and also, well, I found out that I also enjoy having my peanut butter crackers because these are good
Oh,
stuff for
let me
you.
get one of
Oh,
those.
sure, you can have one. No problemo. Got
Thank
one? You're welcome. So these are good to eat. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Aren't isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll change the brands I like, but most of the time I stick with the ones I'm used to.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Well,
that's the snacky stuff.
I have pears.
Oh yeah.
I like to
Yeah.
snack on pears.
Pears are very good with peanut butter too, though.
Strawberries, and I just
Uh-huh.
wash them and I cut them up and then I sprinkle sugar on them and I eat them like that. And it's like, they just melt in your mouth then. I don't know. They're so good.
Mm.
And then you saw that I like cereal, and these are my Oreo O's. And
Mm-hmm.
I just snack on those, but I love them with milk. And if you add the strawberries to them, they're so good. I always have chocolate cravings. I just love chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to watch myself because I'll like overindulge. But I
Mm-hmm.
have noticed lately, like because I've been changing and trying to choose like healthier foods,
Right.
even if I have cookies or something in the house, like I'll bake fresh cookies
Mm-hmm.
and then eat those. So I make cookie dough and
Mm-hmm.
I stick it in a jar in the
That's
fridge.
good.
And then it sits in the fridge, and then every night after we eat dinner, like if we want a cookie, I bake the cookies while I'm making dinner. And then I let them sit out so they get chewy and like cool down. And then we
Mm-hmm.
can have cookies after we eat.
Hmm.
Get me to do that on a real day when I'm working? Probably not. But that's why you make the cookie dough in advance, because it's less work. And it's healthier to make cookies at home than it is to buy them in the package, because you get all that preservatives and
Yeah.
stuff. So we try to avoid eating that. I like baking. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah. So thanks for sharing your cracker.
Yeah. You're welcome. See, we like the same things. Like
Actually, we did, because you were saying like you're eating apples. I didn't bring an apple, but I have apples, and I
mm-hmm.
like just cutting them up and just snacking like throughout
Yeah.
the day. I won't sit. I used to just sit and eat a whole apple, but now I just like little bites, like how I broke up the pear.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't chomp down an apple like I used to do in high school. Now it's like I'd rather have to cut it. Like I have to have like the slices. I think because it's just easier to walk around and do stuff with it
Yeah,
than having like a whole apple in your hand.
yeah.
So, that's true. And then of course I have tons of cats and dogs that like to eat everything that I'm eating. So,
Oh,
oh my goodness. Like the thing about my cat with Shadow, she'll eat anything. And I'm thinking, you're not gonna like peanut butter. Oh yeah, she'll eat like peanut butter. Like, oh, you're not gonna like rice. Oh no, she'll eat rice. Like it's like so weird.
that
She
is
eats my ice
weird.
cream. It's insane. This cat is insane. And it's like you just wanted to be a human today.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, and then she likes to try and take it from me, like off my plate. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, no. She eats
But
she'll eat my hmm?
I think a lot of cats like ice cream.
Yeah, but
Like, we had a cat that if you just opened the freezer, he knew and he would run and like
oh
come
my
into the kitchen.
gosh. That's crazy. Yeah, my dog's over here sleeping next to me because I told her that we are not eating right now. And so she's like all like distraught. Like, oh, I said, no, this is no.
He's like,
But
I'm just waiting for you to drop something on the floor.
oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the one thing we do have is we do have cleaner picker-uppers in our house. That's what I call them.
Good. Yeah.
Uh,
I should call one over here so they could pick up the cereal I spilled before we started this.
oh no.
Yeah, I just blew it. I was like,
That is so funny.
I'll
Oh
clean
my
it
gosh.
afterwards. That's all right. All
Yeah.
right. Well, it was good sharing snacks with you.
Yes, this was a good time.
And tell us what you guys are snacking on, because we know
Mhm.
that you're bored too. And so you have to be going. I saw this picture somebody posted, and they didn't use the correct grammar, but it said, "You're not hungry, you're just bored, close the door." And they used an expletive, but I'm not going to repeat it.
Right.
But I thought that was funny because their refrigerator was full, but they put a picture in there because they're trying to teach themselves to not go in the fridge, because that's
Oh my
literally,
gosh.
if you're not watching a show, or even if you are, like your stomach, your mind just wants to eat something. So you just get up and then you go and you're walking around, and all you do is you open up the fridge and you're like, there's nothing in here, but then there's so much stuff in there.
Yeah, I had that thing like the one day, like a couple of days ago. My boyfriend was like, "What do you want to eat for dinner?" And I'm like looking, like thinking through the cabinet. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, nothing. I don't want to eat anything in there." Like,
And
because sometimes your brain, huh?
yeah, part of it is because you've already been eating it all day.
Exactly. Or it's like the same thing that we've been eating a lot,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what else do I want to eat? And like, because when you're finally, this is, I'm learning, like usually we'll go out like once a week sometimes. And so when you're not going out to eat, then you're like thinking, oh my gosh, I have nothing in the house to eat, when you had tons of stuff, it's just you have to cook it. And I'm like, I don't want to cook it. I don't want to wait.
And I like eating like beans and lentils and quinoa and couscous. Like, and I'll make that stuff on a regular given time. But now, like to me, that's like the last thing that I want to be making or eating.
Yeah.
Like being stuck inside has like kind of turned me off from cooking. Whereas like after I'm working and I come home, I go right to the kitchen and I just start cooking.
Right.
And I have stuff in the fridge and whatever to make, but I'm like, I don't want to.
Exactly my motto.
My shows.
I was like, one day I had cereal for dinner. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It was that bad. I said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have cereal. Is it easy?
Yeah.
All righty.
It's all right. It's temporary.
Exactly. So just eat what we need, what we want to eat.
Yeah.
All gotta be temporary. Then we have to go back on that, watching what we're eating.
We've been eating a lot of hot dogs too.
Oh, that's one thing we haven't been eating.
I mean,
dogs.
I have spaghetti. I'll probably make spaghetti and meatballs one night.
That'd be cool.
But I got lunch meat too, so we have sandwiches. So,
oh wow.
Yeah. But
that's cool.
All right. Well, comment, let us know your snacks that you go to, what you like to eat, and how you guys are making out through all this. And we're praying for you. We hope you're well. You have anything you want to say?
We can't wait for the comments to come in.
All right, guys. Take care.
See ya.